Ah, bollocks.
Alright guys, this is a very technical video. I've got my smartphone balanced on top of my monitor with a stapler on top of it to stop it falling over. Now, if I turn it that way, it's because I'm watching England getting humped by Iceland at the moment, so you need to excuse me. This, I don't normally do these kind of things. I mean, I do a waffle obviously every Friday, but this was something that just kind of came to mind when I was running today actually. Has the shout out died a death? Now, anyone that makes videos will know what a shout out is. It's basically where another channel mentions another channel. Usually the channel that mentions it is bigger, or I was going to say more popular. I mean, how do you define size? It's usually got more subscribers than the smaller channel. Although I have seen an occasion, I mean I've mentioned channels way bigger than mine, so it doesn't always have to be that way. But the thing about the shout out, excuse me, there's my dog. The thing about the shout out, it's a way of a smaller channel getting recognition. As we all know, making videos, making channels, it's or making YouTube content, it is very difficult to try and get yourself established. You know, it really does. It takes a long time, because the thing is, the problem is, nobody knows you exist. And you've just got to kind of rely on people finding your videos, and you know, when they're doing a search, whatever. And so it can be very frustrating. I'm sure there's a lot of channels who have probably started and given up after 6 months because they can't get many subscribers. Now, I know personally, I was one of them. I mean, it wasn't 6 months. I mean, I was getting after about 2-3 months, I think I had like 8 subscribers, and the views I was getting was like 2 and 3, and I was at the point I was just going to throw the towel in, because although you keep saying to people you should never ever make content for subscriber numbers. I mean, I'll give you an example. I've got, excuse me, just 829 or something subscribers at the moment. My average views seem to be about 120. Now 10%, oh, there's England on the break. My average views, 10% would be, oh, good save by the Iceland keeper. Yeah, my average views would be 10% would be, if it's 800, we'll say 830, 10% would be 83, 20% would be 166. Now, I'm lucky if I get 20%, 166 views, so I'm lucky if 20% of my subscribers actually watch my videos, and I think you'll find that's the same on most channels. So subscriber numbers really isn't the key thing here, but as I said, in the early days, I had something like 8 subscribers, and I was getting 2 or 3 views, and it got to a point I thought, what is the purpose of me even doing this? Because if nobody's watching what you're doing, you're effectively talking to yourself, which is what you are, which is obviously what you do. But the fact is, you do get sort of feedback, which you realise there are people out there actually watching and listening to what you're talking about. So yeah, going back to shoutouts, I mean, I was very lucky. I was on about 50, I think it was, 50 subscribers, and one of the biggest sort of retro UK based YouTubers, Steve Benway, excellent guy, really fine channel. It's just a shame he's not getting to put out much content, but I mean, Steve inspired me, I don't mind admitting. It was Steve, probably Steve and Ashens were the two guys that really inspired me to try, you know, to start making stuff, and you know, getting the confidence to sort of talk to the camera and whatever, and just, you know, be myself. I think that's the important thing. But Steve gave me a shout out very early doors, and I mean, it didn't get me a lot. I think I was on 50, and I think I went up to about 70. Oh, here's England in the break again. Hang on a second. Yeah, I went from like, I think Steve got me about 20 subscribers. When you've only got 50, to get an extra 20, that was almost like, you know, 45% increase, which was great. Now I'm definitely not a big channel, you know. It's all relative. Compared to somebody who's got 10 subscribers, I'm a big channel, but you know, I don't see myself as being that, you know. But I've always tried to mention channels that I like, smaller channels that I like. I also mentioned bigger channels that I like as well. But I always think to myself, it doesn't take any effort at all from a bigger channel to mention a smaller channel, and the impact that actually gives to the smaller channel can never be understated. And I've just noticed in the last probably, I don't know, I would say the last year, a shout out seems to be a thing of the past. Now, is there a reason for that? I mean, I'm quite sure there are with some people, it's a bit of a one-upmanship. They want to be more popular than our channel, and they don't like to see other channels succeed. And I'm not going to go naming any names because I couldn't even. It's nobody that I know, but I'm quite sure that does exist. There's probably channels out there that don't like to see other channels flourish. It's not like we're in this for money. At the end of the day, it's all about a bit of fun, a bit of laugh. Sharing ideas, sharing opinions. So I always get a wee bit disappointed when other bigger channels could possibly do a wee bit more. Give these smaller channels, these newer channels, a bit of a leg up. I'm certainly going to start. I think I'm going to do. Steve Benway used to always give shout outs in his Friday talkies, and I think I'm going to start doing that in my Friday waffles. Like I said, I am not a big channel at all, but at the end of the day, somebody just sort of starting off for the first time, if 100 people watch my videos and 100 people are effectively may check out somebody else's smaller channel, and it might get them a few subscribers. So if that's the case, if it even gets one person to watch a channel, then that's going to help them out. So I'm just wondering, what do you think the reason is? Is there a reason why shout-outs seem to be a thing of the past? I just never ever see any channels doing it now. And I think that's quite sad. I think we don't have a responsibility, because at the end of the day, it's our channel. We don't get, like I say, we don't get paid to do it at all. But and I know Mr. Dave will not like this, but we are a community. We're all here to participate and help each other and comment and watch our videos. So why not let's all do a wee bit more for the smaller channels. Let's give them a wee mention, because at the end of the day, getting a plug on another channel could be the difference between them deciding to either throw the towel in or else continue to make stuff. There's as I says, we've all got to start. We've all got to start somewhere. And as I say, it takes a few seconds, a channel's time, to give a shout out. So please guys, let's do a wee bit more for the smaller channel. I'm definitely going to start doing a shout out in my Friday waffle. So anyway, that's kind of my rant over. As usual, I'm going to go and get a shower because I am stinking, and as usual, thank you very much for watching.